With a new revised edition, those who own the original version of Fortune and Glory have a new rulebook that they can download for free from Flying Frog Productions. If you either own or have found a good price for the original version of the game, the question is whether you should consider purchasing the revised edition. To help you make the best informed decision, here are the most important differences between the revised and original versions of Fortune and Glory. The once per sneak test may force a single die to be re-rolled text on the driving gloves gear card has been condensed to read, once per sneak test, you may re-roll a single die. The dangers of the Riddle of Nardu and the Ancient Puzzle have had their cliffhangers swapped. The 5 Just Another Day in the City cards that have the reshuffle icon have been reduced to 2. One obvious difference is that the revised rules carry an index which can be found on pages 32 and 33. The index allows you to find important concepts in the rules quickly, which makes answering questions go faster. The 2 villain event cards, Sandstorm and Volcanic Eruption, have had their text changed to remove the reference to the instability marker for the temple collapse. This reflects the new temple rules, which represent the most significant rules change in the revised edition. The new temple rules will be explained in full. Some artifact cards are really places which are represented by temples. Such artifacts will have a temple icon in the lower right corner. When placing the skull marker to denote the artifact, also place a temple marker as well in the same space. A temple will have a higher fortune value compared to normal artifacts. When a temple comes into play, place the listed number of fortune coins on the temple artifact card. A hero may collect 1 fortune for every danger or cliffhanger that they overcome. The hero who collects the last fortune also collects the temple figure itself. This represents the treasure of the temple and is treated just like an artifact. It may be sold in a city for its fortune value of 3. It can also be lost or stolen just like an artifact. Of course, temples have their issues as well, such as the tendency to be old and ready to collapse. The danger value of the temple works differently compared to the standard artifact. Instead of how many dangers a hero must overcome to acquire the artifact, the number represents the likelihood of a temple falling apart and collapsing on top of you. When a hero is adventuring in a temple, if they go to the cliffhanger from a temple, they must roll for temple collapse. Roll the number of dice equal to the danger value of the temple. Each die that rolls a 1 or 2, place a collapse marker on the temple. If the collapse markers equal or exceed the danger value, the temple collapses immediately and the hero must attempt to escape. One of the major changes in the rules for temple collapse. In the original rules, the danger markers collected by the hero are instead placed on the temple. When the number of danger markers equal the danger value of the temple, the markers are replaced with an instability marker. You immediately roll a single die, and if the result is a 1, the temple collapses. In the revised rules, anytime a hero must go to a cliffhanger from a danger when inside a temple, they must roll for its collapse. Roll the number of dice equal to the danger value of the temple. Each time you roll a 1 or 2, place a collapse marker on the temple. Once the temple receives collapse markers equal to or greater than the danger value, the temple collapses and the heroes must try to escape. Discard any remaining fortune coins on the temple and remove the temple itself from the board. For heroes still inside the temple, they must pass an escape test located on the lower right corner of the temple artifact card. Heroes may exert to add extra dice to the escape attempt, the same as if they were escaping from an enemy. This simplifies the temple rules for collapse, but the results of the temple collapse are still the same. And that represents the differences between the original and revised rules for Fortune and Glory. Thank you for watching. Check out our other videos on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. Plus, you can keep up with the latest news by visiting our Facebook and Twitter pages. And if you want to support the channel, we have a link to our Patreon page below. And I will see you next Wednesday.